Yo, what's up, people? Wyatt Hurts back with another daily Homefront match from OnLive. This time it's a team deathmatch on Borderlands. In this round, I have pulled out the golden gun. You know, this was my preferred weapon of choice for a long time on this game. It is the T3 AK, or just the AK, you know. I have it outfitted with an ACOG scope, and beyond that, just the standard loadout for my assault rifles: steady aim, quick draw, and blast wave. Now, I use blast wave as often as I do because I'm really dependent on the C4s for many of my kills, and I just find that they don't have an effective enough blast radius when I don't have blast wave in there. So as you can see, I completely messed up that ledge hop there, and Killer Rocks takes advantage of it, puts me down with a great snipe from across the way. I type in nice shot, you know, give credit where credit's due, but I will be coming back in for some revenge here. I get a great spawn for it. You can almost see me prepping my C4s to toss them up there. And just as I'm about to line up the throw, Wakuki here storms out from the bottom level, so I need to deal with him. Then there's one, there's two, and boom, there goes Killer, and there's my revenge. So up the ladder I go, and I will post up here for about a minute's time. You know, it's always good to, as you should whenever you get up to a rooftop, you know, use it to your advantage. Check out the area. And that's what I do. And I catch a guy over here hiding in the bush beneath the Hooters sign there. And then a couple more climbing these stairs to the main building. I take one out. I try and anticipate the second guy's movement up the next flight of stairs, but he must have cut off in the other direction. So another quick scan of the area here. And then lo and behold, there he is one more time. Killer Rocks lurking in the shadows, trying to line up the snipe on me and get his revenge. So then I come over here to see Coogie dancing down the street. Put down Oscar and save his ass. Now, when you're firing this gun, you really should be aware of how you should be firing it at different ranges. Obviously, at long range, you should be just trying to pop the bullets out one at a time in rapid succession, just to ease the recoil as much as you can. At mid-range, you can get into some nice bursts and before the recoil starts to get out of control and kind of make you lose your target. At close range, I don't aim down sights too often, mostly because I am carrying the ACOG with it, so using it from the hip without straight from the hip is pretty tricky with this. It does have some wild spray to it, but if you use the gun often enough, you will get a good feel for it and be pretty effective with it at close range as well. So I come up the stairs here, I put down Dr. Knight with a pretty nice headshot. Mr. Express Shotgun himself, you know. I'm not even gonna get started on that gun, but I could rant on about that fucking gun for, you know, for quite a while. Anyway, Dr. Knight, here he comes again for some more medicine. I put him down pretty quickly, followed up with a grenade for his teammate there, and then make a quick dive out the window. I was gonna move around and flank the guy if I needed to, if I missed the nade, then run into a couple more guys, and I send Knight to the morgue one more time. Before finally getting put down myself by an RPG. Now that will be my last death this round. From here on in, it is straight scout action and pure air domination. So, buckle up. Anyway, I come around the corner here. The team has completely taken control of this building, which is perfect. It is the power point on the map. And of course, just as I come in the scout, two enemy LAVs are rolling in here. Never a good thing to see. Of course, so I try spotting them up, but this one guy, this was just pure laziness. This guy spent 1,000 BP just to make the 5-second drive to that door, and then he bailed out of there. But anyway, I do try and spot up the LAVs and get the team behind me. You know, they are heavily armored. Both cannons will do a lot of damage to a helicopter quickly. So the more guns and the more RPGs firing at them is not only better for the team, but of course it's better for me when I'm up in the sky. So I come in here, make another low pass, a little flyby on the Best Darkness and his LAV. And just as I do, Killer Rocks, I thought Killer was on the other team, but anyway, he must have swapped up. Killer Rocks finishes off the LAV, which is just perfect. So then just a couple of little low hovers here. I'm just scanning likely spawn areas, this back parking lot. You saw me zoom in on the mall doors. Nobody was coming out of there. I find this guy, and of course it has to be Knight one more time. I'm sure he was cursing my name when this match was being played. So I want to get into just a nice little hover over Killer Rocks' LAV, but he's trailing behind a little bit. So I just push forward, you know. I can't wait for him. Take out Chaz. See a couple guys swarming the building. One does break the top level. Does a little bit of damage before I take him out. Little blind fire at that corner there, just in case, you know, somebody's coming around there. Do find the guy running down the walkway. And then come in low here, see some red through the tree cover. A really careless setup by this guy with his drone. You know, makes some easy prey there. I do love flying this map. It is a great map for flying. There are quite a few obstacles here, but there is great cover. And during big heated air battles with enemy Apaches, there are many hiding spots, and a lot of guys just can't keep up with me. So just a little more low flying here. Oh, and this is my favorite thing to do on this map. You know, it is a tight fit to get in here width-wise. The lampposts behind me are immovable, and if you do catch your tail on there, you will be sent squarely pretty quickly. But that was pretty nice. I'm glad I got that in the video, that window shot there. Tough thing to do. So I'm circling around here to try and get this guy that I was shooting at on the walkway. It looks like he cut down the alleyway though, but as I come out of here, I do see guys getting ready to storm the roof. There's one, so I take out one as he gets up there, take out two. I see the third, do a quick drop to try and get the proper line on him, but he's already hustled inside there. A little fire on him. So a couple more guys in here. I take one out. I go into tornado mode, trying to get circle back around for Chaz, but somebody takes him out, and I start taking some fire. Finally, a little bit of resistance, not much, just some minor stuff. And this guy, he disappears into the dumpster as soon as I get down here, you know, just and then walks away carelessly. So I just kind of stalk in behind him. I didn't want to mess up my flight path through there, and I didn't want to scare him off the line he was on. I just waited for that perfect moment and took him out. Now I hear the warning going. I see the LAV out of the corner of my eye. Drift backwards just a little bit to get the proper angle on him and begin my circle. You know, it amazes me that guys just don't have the patience to wait for that missile lock. You know, it's much more effective if you wait for it rather than just trying to fire at a helicopter manually. Anyway, he bails out of there. Finally, I'm getting some solid resistance. You know, proximity launchers are popping out on shoulders. LAVs are trying to missile lock. While Kookies are hiding in corners over here. But it's all too late, you know, 9,700 to 5,500. The game's about done. I need one kill for the 5-star, and I will get it here after taking the rocket. I try to come in and crush this guy for the very last kill. Somehow he survives in there. But you know what? Bullets will do the job just as well. And that was just pure domination. 33-2, a great round for me. So guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like, a comment, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, remember why it hurts. Later, guys.